Good morning, folks. It's 7:13 a.m. and the 11th month, 19th day, 2025. Double checking my sound settings here. Microphone seems a little bit low. We'll fix that right now. Right. Let's just get on this. Gonna have to look at some of the EMF conditions and stuff that's fueling cyclone. What's currently is listed as a tropical storm. Look like Bart Simpson had their squared out. And these are the dumps that I'm actually having a look at that I've just seen applied. And so it's like I can go and I can pick up some of the temperature differences in cold. And this is, if we're fortunate, some data will come up. Minus 87 versus that gap there, which a 2 degree difference can cause some convections in a storm, even up in the top. So we're going to have a peek at some of this, and this is some of the dumping things that's going on now. One of the formations right here. You look at the squares on this here, and this is the cyclone. So rather than just do a big pronounced thing, I decided that I'm going to go over the storm itself, but that's just not happening this morning. There we go. How many times back and forth can I go? All right, look inside here. We're right here. We see a diamond type formation in there, right? See that there? Will you agree to that? And then if we go in further, you'll see like that gear looking thing, or the Nazified sky. I didn't get it, trying not to get in trouble, other than just connecting dots here. So use something here that's applied, and something here is dotted it off. And these will cause some temperature differences that I'm actually picking up on infrared radar. The infrared, these are Chemdumps formations actually in these big dumps. You can see here, bomb, 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 bomb. You know, the typical boom, boom, plumes. And it was quite a bit of EMF I was seeing evidence of as well. Coming in this backside here, there's two beams that have been whipped, one in that direction and one in that direction. And it's having a tendency to just move the storm along. It keeps these winds circulating towards the rising sun, like cyclonically in this hemisphere. Right, so you've got heated flow lines there. And a pretty good shot of them, actually. If I look over here at one of the images that I have loaded, and I have quite a bit actually loaded, you can see the whipping things here. Bzzzzt, getting fried. Straight style. It is going right up towards you. It's actually passing Darwin, but there's something here that I'm noticing straight off. So if I'm fortunate, I can pull that up right here. And you'll see something on this one side. This is the steering beams here. There's a pulse right here. See this, like this. And it tends to pin or slow this down, its motion going from that direction. It tends to stall it a bit. So I'm expecting the storm to move to about that particular position and actually start to trek back towards the west. That move tells me that if I look inside here, I'm picking up some more of those type circular pulsations of a waveform there. And here's some of those side beams like we were seeing whipping it up over here at the so we can go down here to the longitude. So that was at about, she should go over to about 132.5 longitude, and then she should start tracking back towards the Darwin area. So you think you might be out of the woods. Another thing I'm noticing straight off too as well is let's see if we can catch the right there. Another piece of data I'm seeing here as well as you see these big beam here. It's something really large, a big device that is being deployed. There's a ship right there. See, it's beaming. It beams in straight lines, and then as the wind moves along, it tends to cause that that curve look that we're seeing. But it's really just straight line beams moving in the wind. And so just a pretty good capture of some of the EMF that's aiming this storm. We'll just get rid of that bunch of shit there. And we can pull the mimic up and see what we've got full plasma up here, this big beam that we've seen shooting down. I can't really blame it on X method, but likes to point at the big antenna here, but I'm not seeing it, fortunately. Let's say that big straight line blast here, but there's plenty of Jordan devices over here that can make it. I'm finding I'm actually triangulating something here so we can catch that list screen. Yeah, we have something is definitely beaming from. Let's do the lights. That's a next round. Oh, well, shut the flow off. You have something over here, and it's penis insula over here, of which I don't know. Something is over there beaming. But a lot of what you're seeing is coming from inside the storm itself. Yeah, the hurricane hunters with the big radars on it, I suspect, are perturbing these cloud masses as a side effect of their lookings into the storms themselves. That's just how that works, kind of a thing. They could deny that they're doing anything, but can you a backdoors into computer systems to weather modify things have been going on a long time. Otherwise, you would have to think there's somebody with a finger on a button at the BLM when we see all their blasting bastards blasting. So let's go back now and look at, again, some of the infrared on this. So they're calling it Fina. So that list I showed you was completely wrong. And so they changed the names. But what can I do? I ask Google questions. It answers. Very interesting, these Chemdumps from the nothings to the something inside this kind of a diamond shaped, a square farm. A storm. Suddenly big Chemdumps blowing it up. Yeah, big dumps having a dump. I'll zoom back a bit so you can see the extent of the guilt. It's pretty wide, isn't it? But then these three dumps come along all at once, having a dump. That's a big batch of sky array. There's another one here, the Chem Bomb Cruiser. Watch this. How many directions of the wind does it take to make a big squaring marshmallow looking cloud? Look at that. Come on. This should all be rotating. It shouldn't be just like take a shortcut straight across the interstate here. Yeah, this is coming that way and it's coming that way. So without these big chem dumps, definitely was a colder mass as was shown by the infrared. And that happened fairly quickly. If we look at some of this, pause this a little bit. Boom, 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 here and here. Get the low deck scout and deployment here, and even lower than that's another one. How many directions of the wind are in a cyclone? It should be a big toilet flush, shouldn't it? It's a giant toilet flush. Instead, I'm seeing chem bombs fueling what's going to be another land grabby type event for Western Australia. Some of the totals are showing it close to a half a meter in some spots, and as of yet, let's see if we can pick the line out. The worldview wasn't much help today. In a typical fashion, they put one of those black lines right across from what we want to look at. I'll show you, because this is such important data. That, of course they're horsing them around a bit. Hey, gee, isn't that just fun to look at? Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, we actually do got a little data. It's just all whited out. I I do better with the moving image, right? But I imagine I could find something to say about why is the color cloud looking like a volcano and a wildfire in the middle of the ocean. Fire in the sky, do 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 do. Chem bombing waters, do boom boom. Look at this crap going all the way across here, desiccated. Yep, scorched earth policy. Something is here beaming. Would you say the directions of the clouds? Everything's all dynamics change right in this one spot. Ahem, 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 ahem. Oh, look at the sickness mix out here in the desert. Thousands of square kilometers just absolutely smashed. See the sine wave farm today? Squares, squares, squares all over the place. Once in a while, nature puts out squares, but not all the time. But I guess if things are growing in a square waveform world, things like that might become more common. To think about it logically. It is just a very geoengineered look today. So let's show you what they think is going to happen. Let's see if it's matching up with what the clouds tell me. And we'll get you some of the winds and all that. The winds. Yeah, we'll give you the winds. Something I should have done earlier is check to see if this is actually running. Come on, pulls it up. Pulling it up. Yeah, it says I'm live. Holy mother of pearl. Yes, I'm hearing volume. That's a good thing. I don't see any comments. That's also a good thing. All I see is the screen I'm showing you anyway when I'm live. It's not a super duper low pressure like I would expect to see, even in a tropical storm as it is listed now. But you guys, it's in Australia, you got different wind speeds. So I'll have to look at what the pussy scale is, because, I use Saffir-Simpson scale for, like the rest of the world does, for judging hurricanes, gales, and stuff like that. So in the past, I'd made a mistake by not knowing that you guys use a self-climate chaos thing. Yes, it maybe makes more people go to the grocery store. Now, how is this thing touching land and maintaining its center circulation with all those sticky out bit islands to mess with its vortex? Yet that seems to track right over the whole city itself. Wow, that's a belter of water coming your way. Yeah, this is about what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a little further inland. It has to the low either has to come through here or it has to come here. So the fact that it's coming over the top of this island is just weird to me. It's a nonsensical type of a pressure flow. You see how much that's packing? Every 3 hours, so over 4 centimeters. That's right. It's 1.25 inches an hour of rain in that. It's not going anywhere anytime quick. It's hours of it over the top here. You guys have a major flood event coming. And the winter is, in the totals, I'm expecting about 400. Yeah, it's about coming inland enough. Again, I think the totals here have been held down a bit. But to be expecting to see this devastating amount along these areas eminently, Jed's rise. Will it rise high enough? Finis River, if you're hanging out down around there, you might want a GTFO. Yeah, surf's going to be very high along the coastline here for those that enjoy that type of activity. And when you say these totals like this, right? An accumulation over a meter out to sea. Well, the wind could be blowing that inland. So you guys are really in for a big rain total event. A beautiful blessed water cleanse the toxic attitudes and lands of this beautiful country. It's being treated in not such a lucky way. But hey, until you say no to geoengineering, and geoengineer is going to be ignored by the world and just keep going on and on, and the spray goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and have some waters. Right, so you got a couple nicer days along this coastline. Take advantage of them because you got an event coming as well. So let's roll some of what to be expected with that. Yes, it's expected for me to do that. Yeah, isn't that fun to be me? So let's pull that up and let that run.
New Zealand, you're in the middle of it right now, ain't you? Somebody says if we get enough rain, it will cut off the Stewart Highway completely, like it did years ago.
Yes. Yes, agree. It's going to disrupt trade right at Christmas time. Yeah, but if you had drones delivering that mail, you wouldn't have to worry about them roads, would you? But it's getting the supplies up that people are going to need for them shops up through this way here is going to be the big challenge. But the back door is going to be open. You'll be able to take it right up the back door. And you've got a lot of coastline up there. I have been without smoking a cigarette for 1 week. I'm very happy with myself about that. Yay. As he drops that plastic Zeppelin thing on the ground. Just letting it run. Thunderstorms for Friday, you've been warned. Overnight hour storms too, not good at all. Creeping across New South Wales and Sunset, kissing just on the outskirts of Brisbane, and we have some action coming across the Great Australian Nam 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 to give yourself a bit of range to come inland here. With the dip like this and the pressure coming across, it's going to bring quite a cool breeze down through here. It's going to chunk a bunch of water this way, so I'm expecting the totals to be fair decent, 3-4 centimeters. That's what I'm naturally expecting, to look at natural conditions that I can look closer to the day and tell you if it's been geoengineered. Come on, folks, we can keep it honest. Why? Because if we're lying, we're dying. Remember, this ain't a nice day. Hi. Right in your weekend protest time. Hi, have some Mari. Bam. That radar's got to go full on to dissipate that storm like you're seeing in this weather plan. But it's forced it all down right on the top of Sydney. So Sydney, your overnight hours of Saturday through Sunday afternoon, fucked. Yeah, you're fucked. Oh, big old line like this. It'll linger a bit on the mountains. Probably take that past the pass that comes through. What's that place out here? Penrith. Yeah, there should be some winds through here. Right through here. That's where I'm expecting the pressure drop will happen over here near Blacktown. Oh, God, that's an original name. Is it green there? Lots of trees in Blacktown. I do not know. Maybe it'll get renamed. For Angus Among Us. Yeah, we have Angus Among Us and Odorous Among Us. We'll have a Guartown. What we got here? Boy, these storms getting bigger over bigger. Freeze flat, gets flattened. God, geostorms suck, man. But when you see a bunch of chem like this just fucking parading over, this is a big area, It's not just a little bit of space. Let's have a peek. Let's measure the area. We'll just give it a rough. That's just roughly. It's over 250,000 a square at clitometers there. Another square inside that square. There's a square there and a square there. Here a square there. They're doing that square dance. right on the top of your heads. Fire, big square of fire out here in the smoke. There's nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Look down at your phone. Don't look up. That movie is actually not horrible. Don't look up. It's really, though, it does tell how they can distract you into something that's eminently destroying the planet and you'll never look. How about yesterday's stats? I bet I have those up here. Oh, would you look at the evenly spaced ignition points of fires? Wonder what time that occurred. Shall we look? Oh, hell yeah. Let's see, this one occurred at 5:40. Remember that one? 5:40. Oh, come on. It can't be all of them. 5:40. 5:40 a.m. Oh my! But this is yeah, it's tedious, but you can definitely look and see if even the timings of some of these fires. You have a look with a V formation here. 5:40. Look how far away these are to have the same ignition point. Same time. Way down here, same time. I think I'm taking their pants down. How about all the way over here? 5:40 a.m. Same time. The Terminator. That's a good argument for laser doing that. Circumstantial evidence has hung more people with less evidence than I'm showing here. How about way down here? 5:40. Why? Just all at once, this whole place just caught on fire. Kind of look like a road map, don't it? Through here. Yeah, smart city map. Look at the straight line, rail line here. Woo-hoo. Choo-choo, Charlie was a geoengineer. I gotta see something. Humor me. Bastards. Cunts. Kinties. So let's see something here. I want to see this one straight line. So at 5:40 in the morning, this place just caught fire yesterday. His eyes just said, fuck it, man. This lightning bolt's going to get very exact. Many fires going right through that line. A whole lot of them. Look at this one here. You start to see where the hub is. Where's the hub of trade? So if you got some land right at the crossroads over there, you're going to make a lot of money, because that's where the hotels are going to go, if you're allowed to go there. The mining hub, the warehouses. More smoke here than is being recorded. This is just a horrendousness. How can that fire be started at the same time as this one here? Because it's a planned burn from a single platform from a Lockheed Martin laser beam on the chemtrails marching on. Look at that. That was yesterday's the 19th. And I don't have any current. Oh, we do have some fire data from today. The master data centers has said, well, this should be a different time. This is a different day. 4:40. What's with that 40? See, times have changed. Yes, so that's a shame. So we have over 250,000 square kilometers of chem in that mass there. Big scalar square down over this peninsula. Chemtrails here, chemtrail there. There's the Fina countdown storm with all the squares in it. Big chem dumps. Taking a big dump on top of you. Dumping just. Hey kids, squares. People don't see this. You don't see this inside the center of this storm that's man-made. Do I have to click people's heads together to get them to admit to themselves the possibility that maybe a conspiracy is actually to cover up or something like this? I want to have a peek at New Zealand, because they're getting it today. Yep, Daddy's home and they're gonna get it. Scalar squares over there. No wonder the White Island's been fuming. Now let's have a quick look at you guys over here. And I'm gonna click this out. You got today, because today is what matters, right? So let's have a look. How's our manure doing down here when your weather is like manure? Yes, the manure for the manure. The rotor. Yeah, it's a hard one to say. Roto-rooter. Maybe you need copious quantities of alcohol to learn how to pronounce that. All I have is coffee beans, and then this don't fucks off. Isn't that nice to hear? But not before it dips down and brings some of that just wonderful nipply cold air up there to just brighten up the t-shirts for every eyeball out there. Yeah, Black Friday's coming. Everybody go out and buy a hairy thong. Hairy thongs. Oh my God, how far have we gone? Now that takes a big EMF beam to hold this shit. We're gonna have a quick peek at that. Look at all Zealand over here. Oh my, look at all the EMF here. Bzzzzt. Birding's flats kicked off. That one's short. You have a ship over right where I'm pointing. And one right here. Held all the flow to this side of the island, because that should have come through as a rush, made a quick blowout here, and sent that sucker straight off that way. Folds it right behind it. But evidently they wanted to come over to this side of the volcano field to make some of your totals a bit heavier, I dare say. A bit heavier for you, New Zealand. Not good at all. It's nothing of main concern is for you. Isn't that nice to know? So get ready for a bath coming through the truck and all that here in a couple days, but enjoy today while you got it. Remember, the surf's going to be way fucking up along here, Crab Claw Island. Yep, Crab Claw. You can get the crabs with claws. The geoengineer's coming for you, Crab Claw Island. Melt your butter, get it ready. It's going to be hot and steamy and thunder and whitening with whitening and wawa, thunder, and lots of excuses about climate change and bullshit lies to cover up the excuse that geoengineering is causing the demise, that geoengineering is fueling the storms, that geoengineering is toxifying the air, causing chemdumps asthma. As we look at the fuel for what is coming over here over Wada, I gotta say, it's time for us to pick that Bonaparte there, Bonaparte. Make a stop sign out of this geoengineering. Big love, stay safe, peace.